Hi there, it's Coach Nancy with The Watering Mouth, where we give you the mindset and the recipes to eat, to live, and love it for good. Today, I have with me a very special guest, and her name is Susan. Welcome, Susan.
Thanks for having me.
Sure. So Susan has taken advantage of investing in coaching, my private one-on-one coaching, and I wanted to have her share a little bit about how the experience was for her, what she learned about herself, just share with you what it's like to have coaching with me and what that support looks like when you hire a coach. So, Susan, I'll just start out with, why did you want coaching from me?
Well, I started out thinking that it was a food problem, and I ended up learning that it was a lot more than a food problem. It was a lot about my thoughts and the way I was not only thinking about food, but myself and my life in general. So, but originally it was to end my sugar and food binging and addiction habits.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask you. What were your food issues? So,
sugar, mostly just a lot of, binging and, even going from my house, driving to a store, getting a whole whack of sugar, coming home, eating it all, like getting sick to the point of wanting to be sick, and then just hating myself, and then doing it the next day and doing it the next day and not really understanding why.
Mm-hmm. And first of all, thanks for sharing so vulnerably your experience. That's helpful for everybody because people can say, I'm not alone. And that's real important that you're not alone. So what did you expect when you signed up for coaching?
I expected one-on-one time. I expected, some information and, let's walk through a few scenarios or, let's use this or that technique. I'd been through some other types of behavior before when I had depression and stuff like that. So I was thinking it would be not exactly the same as that. I was hoping it would go a step further, but at least get me to be able to stop this behavior.
Mm-hmm. And what were you able to? Have you been able to stop that behavior?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And I think it was in the first couple of weeks that I was really when we really first started working specifically on that. And you just really, really helped me release it, let it go.
Mm-hmm. It really helps when a client is ready and wanting the change to happen, and you're open to coaching. First of all, I don't think people who are closed to coaching even pursue it. So being open to coaching is a great place to be. Being willing to try things, which you certainly were and are. How did I help you?
Well, I know when I first came in, I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a tool or a technique. I heard Cheri talk about it all the time on her website. So I'm like, okay, there's going to be something that I can grasp onto here that will help me break this. But I felt like I received so much more. It wasn't just a technique or a tool. It was an abundance of, I don't know, it was just an abundance. It just, the whole idea of these different thoughts and how they could change my life and that I could do it, and that you would come with me on the journey, but not get into all my little pools of muck. You're a guide, you're a light. It was really amazing. It was good.
Yeah, good.
For me, I was ready.
Yes, you were. And we call that holding space. I mean, that's what I offer, is a space of love and an unconditional acceptance for whatever you're going through. And we didn't just stick to food, did we? We talked about some other things.
Yeah, we went a lot deeper than food. I think food probably touched on a little bit of our conversations, but I think a lot of the time we went a lot deeper. We looked at my thoughts. We looked a lot of feelings, negative feelings I had, and trying to break those patterns and just understanding why and getting a different perspective and like not always beating myself up all the time. The mean girl.
That's right.
Identified
That's right.
her and kicked her out.
We called her out, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you learned about you?
I think I've learned courage, that I can go into these places where I'm not comfortable. I've never really been comfortable feeling my emotions. It's just kind of the way we were raised. And then I kind of glommed onto that and dragged it through my whole life. And I think I decided at, almost age 50, I'm ready to do the next 50 years. Hopefully I get that many. In a different light, a different space, a different way of being and relating to myself. So I was really open to that.
Yeah. It was fun to watch the wheels start to spin. And
it's like, and it's nothing that, the thing that floored me was that it's not hard. It's not, it's deep, but it's not like you can grasp on intellectually, but you can also really put it to work in your life. Like, it's not like you have to have a PhD and be a scientist or all these things that I thought were so hard and scary. They're just think about it differently. Okay.
It sounds so simple, right? Just change the way you think. But were you given some ways to do that?
Yeah. So we used the model a lot, which was great. We used a lot of why or what if. I remember there was, I was really stuck by feelings of fear. So I know we did one, I think it was, I kind of forgot what the model's called now, but it was like, we really pulled apart fear and we gave it a music genre, and we called it rubbery or text, like we really broke it up. And like that feeling of fear wasn't really that scary. I just or hunger. Maybe we did it on hunger and it was like, oh, hunger is not all scary. It's just kind of rubbery and annoying pop music. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
So a couple things. The model is the tool that we use. Basically, circumstances create, or because of a circumstance, you have a thought. The thought creates a feeling. The feeling creates actions. The actions create your result. So we say that your thoughts create your results in life. And so part of what I do in coaching is help people see what they're thinking, literally, as well as feel what they're feeling or feel what they don't want to feel, which can be a scary process. But like you just said, you found out that, I
don't know if it just wasn't that scary when you were around. But I had a feeling like a lot of coaching and talking and new thought ideas, just even about myself, like yourself. It's good, right? It's love yourself. It's a better vibration. And it is. It's just that you spend so much time glommed onto these negative aspects. I think that was super powerful for me to be able to grasp onto some really positive stuff.
Yeah. Changing the way you look at things for the perspective shift.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So anything else you want to share with someone contemplating getting coaching, where you were when you first thought about it? What would have helped you to hear?
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it was like a way to light up my dark places that I just couldn't break out of by myself. And it was powerful that way for me. And I hope other people take advantage of it. You're a light, you're an excellent guide, you're a good friend. I felt like I'd known you forever in 10 minutes. I felt super safe. So I hope other people take advantage.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate so much. So Susan, what would you say to someone who is thinking of investing in coaching, because it is an investment in yourself, but they're concerned about the cost? What would you say to that person?
Well, I would just share my own experience. I would say that, recently my husband just keeps saying to me, you're just so happy. You're just so happy. And I wish I had taken the time and the investment financially to do this 10 years ago. But unfortunately, I was at the bottom of my own list and it took me this long to get on the top. So I would just say, if there's any way that you can, even spend 6 sessions with Nancy and just be open and to just being at a different vibration in your life, just go for it.
Thank you. If you're thinking about getting coaching, if you have some dark areas you want to explore, or you don't want to explore, but you know that it's time, I'd love to have a conversation with you. It starts with a mini session, we call it. It's just a phone call where we talk about what's going on and what could possibly be in your life, how things could be different. And that's exactly the place that I started with Susan, was a mini session, and where she could find out, we could find out if we're fit, because that's real important, that that we're a fit. And once we establish that, it's pretty quickly that we do that on a call. We establish if you're a good fit, and then I tell you about our coaching program and see if it's something you want to pursue. So be like Susan and go to www.thewateringmouth.com/coach with Nancy, all run together, Coach with Nancy, or click the link below. And I'd love to have a session with you, and we'll get started on your journey. I'll take you a little further on your journey, and we will uncover things that need to be uncovered and get you further along on your weight loss journey, your eat to live health journey, your self-discovery journey. So thanks so much, Susan. And I look forward to talking with you.